Bill, I am going to ask you to describe. Let's pull up exhibit number 398, please. Now, what we're seeing here, Bill, is the school, but from the front entrance, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so now we're looking in the other direction, and this is the front of the school, right?
Yes, sir.
And as I'm pointing at here, this is the covered front entryway to the school?
Yes, sir.
And can you just describe for the jury where you and your team were located as you were about to enter the school?
Do you want me to get up and point? Do you want me? We're to the left of the front entrance, sir.
Here?
Yeah, left of the front entrance. Yeah.
We show exhibit 405, please. This is the front entrance of the school.
Yes, sir.
On the left side of the photograph, adjacent to the front entrance, do you see vertical windows going up to the roof?
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to get this area here. You see that?
Yes, sir.
What area is that?
That's the first classroom.
Describe for the jury your entrance to the school, please.
Our team entered through that door, and we met the state police team in the lobby, is what I recall.
Can we pull up exhibit 406, please? And just zoom in on just the front entrance, please. That's fine. Bill, do you see the window pane on the right side of the entrance shattered with a hole through it?
Yes, sir.
Was that the condition of that window when you arrived and prepared entry to the school?
Yes, sir.
Please describe the next action that you took.
Once we linked up with the state police team, our team leader told us that we were going to search one side of the school, and the state police were going to search the other side of the school. We had some state police officers with our team. So one team was going to go to the right, one team was going to go to the left, and that we were looking for, any survivors, anyone hiding, things like that.
Okay. Can you zoom out of that photograph, please? And just zoom in on the right side of the photograph, if you wouldn't mind. Do you see, Bill, to the right, there's a hallway going back towards the rear of the school?
Yes.
And your team, which direction were you ordered to go in?
We went down that hallway to the right, down the right side to the right.
And the other team went to the left?
Yes.
And as you entered, can you pull out and zoom out of that, please? The area just beyond the front door, is that the lobby to the school?
Yes, sir.
As you entered the front door and came through the lobby, what did you see?
On the corner, if you go through those double doors there, the hallway goes to the left, and there were two victims on the right on the corner, or at the vicinity of the corner. Two adult females.
Did you come to learn that the women who were laying there were the principal, Dawn Hawksprung, and the school psychologist, Mary Sherlack?
Yeah, I learned that before I think I left the school. I learned.
But your team was to go to the right?
Yes. Yes.
And you had the doctor with you, correct?
The doctor was with us. I just don't know if he was helping us. He wouldn't help us clear. He would be there to assist, with injuries and stuff. So he wouldn't have assisted with the clearing. But he certainly was, I could tell you, was in the school.
Did you just observe other EMTs in the school as you were there?
Now, later on, I saw at least 2 EMTs or firemen. What I think were Newtown firefighters in the hallway.
Can we pull up Exhibit 415, please? Okay, and just zoom in on the diagram.
Sorry, Your Honor, I don't have that as a full exhibit unless I missed something.
Why don't we take it down? I know it's agreed upon.
Well, may I have a moment, Judge?
Take your time.
It was not on the list read this morning.
It's not, but I don't object.
All right, so we'll mark it forward to that.
Thank you, Your Honor. You recognize this to be the layout of the school? You see that, Bill?
Yes, sir, it is.
And you see, indicated here is the patio in the lobby, right?
Yes, sir.
And so when you came in with your team, take it that you came down this hallway to the right.
Yes.
Can you describe for the jury that process, please?
We went, there was a team on the right side that cleared those rooms on the right. There was a team on the left side that cleared the rooms on the left. I recall being on that right side team as we went down the hallway.
And was this side of the hallway empty?
Yes.
Did you go through each room with your team searching for any survivors or anybody that might be hidden?
Yes, sir.
And describe for me how that process ended.
We were in a number of classrooms, and then I think the last room I remember being in was what I would call like a boiler room. Another agent, myself, were in this like a maintenance or boiler room, and we were checking behind metal cabinet doors or metal doors that opened up into pipes and stuff.
Did you and your team satisfy yourselves that that this side of the school was just essentially empty, that everybody had evacuated?
I know that the people in charge determined that, yes, we had cleared that side.
Okay. Tell the jury what you did next.
We returned to the lobby, and then what I recall is that we went back out to the front of the school.
Okay. Continue.
And then at some point it was determined, sorry, I guess they had either found like they had found like an adult female or 2 adult females alive. They were hiding somewhere, is what I recall, that they were in an office or something. This was after, not where we had searched. And so they determined that they wanted the whole process done again. That these either staff members or were hiding, obviously hiding for their lives, and it was determined that they wanted the whole place done again.
So did you and your team have to re-enter the school at that time?
Yes, along with the state police team.
But it was determined that your team this time would go to the left, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you pull out and focus in on the hallway to the left? No, I'm sorry. Close to the front parking lot here. I'll help you. Just zoom out of this, please, particularly. Just on this area here, please. When you came into the school and entered the left, where did you go first?
So I was the first in what they call the stack. So I know I was first, and then there were 2 other guys, 2 other of my teammates with me when we entered the first classroom. Sorry. We entered that classroom through the door, the first classroom.
No, I'm not going to ask you. What you saw in that classroom was very real, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. So sorry. These people have to listen. They have to listen to this. But
You know,
I saw.
Bill, stop.
Oh, man. Sorry.
You came through that first classroom, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Did you then enter the second classroom?
Stepped to the first classroom, cleared it, and then we went through the classrooms were divided by I guess, like a middle door. The two classrooms were attached by a middle door. We entered into the second classroom.
That was Vicky Soto's classroom?
I learned that after, yes.
You learned after that Miss Soto was killed where she was...
Objection leading, Judge.
What did you... I'm sorry.
I know that...
Hang on a second, Bill. There was an objection. That's fine. Did you observe Miss Soto where she laid in that classroom?
I observed a teacher who I learned later was Mrs. Soto. So, yes.
Without saying anything about... Do you remember anything about Miss Soto's telephone?
There's certain things there's certain things I remember that day. Like, there's probably like 6 or 7 of them. But I remember that next to the teacher, who I later learned was Mrs. Soto, I remember there was a phone. And I remember the phone, I remember the phone was like lighting up, but I later learned from...
Objection, hearsay, non-responsive.
You remember the phone was lighting up?
Yes, sir.
Did you believe it was ringing?
I couldn't, like, our senses were, I mean, that is like, it overwhelms your senses. I don't know what I heard. I just know that what I saw, it overwhelms your senses. It's freaking horrible.
Did you finish clearing that side of the school building?
Yes, sir. So once we went through the 2 classrooms, we cleared each room down the hallways, I know there was one room that we found. We didn't find anything. Like, we didn't find anything in any of the other classrooms. We were in such a panic, or at least I was in a panic. We were looking everywhere. Just wanted to find something. Just looking everywhere. Anyways, we saw some blood, and then later on, I was down the hallway or in another classroom. I don't recall exactly, but later on, we were told that was like one of the...
Objection, hearsay at that point, Judge.
Sustained.
Not offering for the truth of the matter, Your Honor.
Relevance then.
You just ask the next question.
Did you learn as a result of that one of the children
Leading, Judge.
had been previously found and transported for medical attention?
At some point, I learned...
Attorney Pattis, can you ask it in a non-meeting way?
Sure, Judge. What was the significance, Bill, of the fact that you and your team found blood but no body nearby?
Either I assumed or later on I learned that a child or children were transported to the hospital, and that's what the blood was from. And then that one of the officers that were initially there had tried to transport.
Objection, well beyond narrative.
Claim it.
Hold. Attorney Pattis, can I have a sidebar counsel? glasses on, but we want to.
No, I will be henceforth. Okay, sorry. Stand.
When you and your team and the state police team had cleared the school, you gathered outside the school to await your next orders?
Yes, sir, we gathered out in the front of the school, but further down the end, and that's when I remember seeing other members of our team arriving. You know, guys who had deployed from other locations and other divisions who were arriving. And our team leader at some point told us, and later on, maybe an hour or so later, we ended up going to what they would call an emergency operations center they had set up.
Okay, let me ask you, do you recall, and you can take this exhibit down, please. Do you recall approximately what time it may have been when you completed your work at the school and came out with your team?
I mean, we probably were in there. I mean, again, it's 10 years ago, so I would say it was probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Probably more like an hour.